Okay, folks, to get started with the first module in Excel, you're going to open your book up and you're going to look for the EX1 page. So this is the chapter 1 for uh, Excel. And it says module 1 here. Whoops, sorry about that. It says module 1, getting started with Excel. And beneath the case, the game card, it actually goes through and it gives you kind of an idea about what this person is going to be working on. On the left-hand side, you can see that there's the objectives that are listed over here. Some of this may or may not make sense to you, but this is what we're going to be covering in the chapter. At the bottom of this page, there's the EX1. You'll notice that it says Excel 1, and if you're working on the module, inside of that folder, there's going to be a file called finances.xlsx. If you're working on the review, there are no files that are going to be needed for that one. And we are not doing any of these case problems for this week's work. Okay, so you don't even need to worry about those. And I list that on the class as well. So if you look at our class, you'll be able to begin to make the connections here. So as soon as this opens up, I'll get logged into our class. Sorry, I didn't have that done already. And once this opens up, you'll be able to see what's expected of you this week. So this particular class is going to be the spreadsheets online. And if I come down here to this week, which is going to be getting started, so you can see creating a customer order report. Here's the objectives that I list there. The work is going to be between EX1 and EX59. The Excel tutorial module 1 is required. Okay, the module tutorials are normally the first 50 or 60 pages. You will find the numeric instructions on nearly every page, and the instructions will have this sort of background color, tan. Start at the beginning and work your way towards the back of each module or chapter, and sometimes they're called tutorials. Okay, so that's this piece right here. And then once you're done with it, you can place a check mark there. And this check your work thing, this is just a list of check points that you can look at to see if your Excel assignment has that. So I'm going to go back to the book, and I have the electronic book, but if I go over to the page EX2, this is what you're looking at. It shows you in these little green bubbles all the things that you are going to be working with. And if you flip over to page, well, you don't have to flip, but you can see it on page EX3, more little green bubbles. All those little colored words mean these are things that you may be quizzed on or things that we're going to be covering. So I would recommend that you look at some of these things so that you can begin to navigate and also understand what we're talking about. So on page 4, this is where the actual assignment begins. So you can read all the words in the white, but the actual work is going to be found in the tan colored boxes. So if I'm looking at this first step, it says on the Windows taskbar, click the Start button, the Start menu opens. So I'm going to go do that first step. Down here at the bottom, if I left click on that Start button, and I'm using Windows 10, it opens and closes so that I can go to step number 2, which is to click all apps on the Start menu. So if I come back down here, I open that up, I look for the all apps, I click the all apps, okay, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to see what's the next thing it tells me to do. Scroll the list and click Excel 2016. Okay, we go back here, all apps, and I'm looking for the E's because they're probably going to be in alphabetical order, and there it is, Excel 2016. And once I open that up, by left clicking on it, hopefully, it's going to do something like this. And then if you can see, this is the backstage view. So it shows you an image of what you're going to be looking at. And then it tells you here are all of the various portions of the screen and what they're actually going to do. So this is my version of Excel, and it's going to go back, if you go back to the book, it's going to identify all those things for you. So you can read the stuff in the white if you like, pay attention to the bold words, but the next step is going to be on page EX5. To open the game card financials status workbook. So in the navigation bar on the recent screen, click the Open Other Workbooks link. So navigation bar on the recent screen. So let's go look at this. So over here is the recent stuff, and then this is the Open Other Workbooks. You're not going to see all this stuff because these are my files. You're going to see this link, and when I choose to Open Other Workbooks, we'll need to see what the next step is. It says to click the Browse button, and the Open dialog box appears. So Browse button is here, and now another dialog box opens up. Okay, so this is our File Explorer. And then what we want to do is we want to find the Excel 1 folder. And you should have downloaded the data files. So once you find this, let's see where mine is located. Where did I put mine at? Okay, I think I didn't name this properly, but okay, I remembered where I put my files, and I'm going to look in my quick access to see if I've put them in there. And there's my CMAP 1775, and there's my Excel 2016 student data files. Here's my, got the first 4 chapters anyway in here. There's Excel 1. When I open up Excel 1, it says case 1, 2, 3, 4. We are not doing case 1, 2, 3, or 4. We are only doing modules and review. So for this particular one, they said open up module and then open up finances. And when we open this up, this is what we're faced with. So let's go back to our instructions that are located in the book. And I have done steps 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I've already done all those steps because I opened it up. So I'm on Excel page 5, EX5 right there. So if I go down to step number 6, it says if the Excel window doesn't fill the screen, click the Maximize button in the upper right corner. Well, mine fills the screen, so I think I'm going to be okay. And so this is what they're telling you that this should look like, and they're identifying the different pieces of this particular document. So let's go back and make sure mine says game card and prepared by and all that stuff. And it looks like that does. So I'm going to go to the next page. So now I'm on page EX6, and there are no tan colored boxes. I think I'm going to go back and read through some of this page EX6 in a little while. I'm going to go to page EX7. EX7, step 1. On the Quick Access Toolbar, click the Customize Quick Access Toolbar button. Well, they showed us what that Customize Quick Access Toolbar button, where it was in those pictures before. If I come back here and I look, I'm in Protected View. I need to choose Enable Editing, and then that is the Customize Quick Access Toolbar. And when I click that, it shows me that there's a bunch of options, and they want us to go to see the touch and to turn off the touch. So if you have a computer that has a touch screen on it, you can enable it or disable it by using that button there. Let's go back to this. So we found the Quick Access Toolbar, we clicked the Touch Mouse Mode button, and we clicked it again to turn it off. And it's actually telling you, and these are the first 6 steps here. So it's showing you in this picture here exactly where it is again. So if you get confused. So we've done steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on page 7. Now we're on page EX8. So if you go to page EX8, change the active sheet. So click the Income Statement Sheet tab. The Income Statement Worksheet becomes the active sheet. Well, I know where it is because they're telling me here with the green arrows. So they want us to click on Income Statement. Now at the bottom here, we can click on Income Statement. And we're activating the sheet that they're telling us to. And now step 2 says click Expenses. So if I click Expenses, that's the expenses sheet. And if I come back here, so I have finished steps 1 and 2 on page EX8. And they're giving me a visual representation of what I should be seeing. And then they say to click the balance sheet. So if I come here and I click the balance sheet, there's another sheet. And so this document has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I click that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 different ones that are available there. So there's balance sheet, cash flow, and then the income statement sheet tab. Okay, so we've done all the steps on page EX9, so we can flip over to page EX10. And this is pretty much how it goes throughout the rest of the next 40 pages or so. So the idea here is that you complete all of the steps that are listed here in the tan-colored boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can read through these white areas, sections, because it gives you some useful information. But then these tan-colored boxes are the things that you're actually going to be doing in the sheet. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know. This applies to that Spreadsheets Excel 2016, and this is Module 1, Chapter 1, Tutorial 1, whatever. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.